Good morning. I'm Dr. Balaji Narayanaswamy Ramanathan. This is my channel NANRSTR School of Wisdom. As part of daily reading from the book Think on These Things by J. Krishnamurti, page number 215, topic 13, the need to be alone. It is not a very strange thing in this world where there is so much distraction, entertainment, that almost everybody is a separate and very few are players. Whenever we have a little free time, most of us seek some form of amusement. We pick up serious books, a novel or a magazine. If we are in America, we turn on the radio or the television, or we indulge in incessant talk. There is a constant demand to be amused, to be entertained, to be taken away from ourselves. We are afraid to be alone, afraid to be without a companion, without a distraction of some sort. Very few of us ever walk in the fields and the woods, not talking or singing songs, but just walking quietly and observing things about us and within ourselves. We almost never do that because you see, most of us are very bored. We are caught in a dull routine of learning or teaching, of household duties or a job. And so, in our free time, we want to be amused, either lightly or seriously. We read, or go to the cinema, or we turn to a religion, which is the same thing. Religion too has become a form of distraction, a kind of serious escape from boredom, from routine. I don't know if you have noticed all this. Most people are constantly occupied with something, with puja, with the repetition of certain words, with worrying over this or that, because they are frightened to be alone with themselves. You try being alone without any form of distraction, and you will see how quickly you want to get away from yourself and forget what you are. That is why this enormous structure of professional amusement, of automated distraction, is so prominent, a part of what we call civilization. If you observe, you will see the people the world over are becoming more and more distracted, increasingly sophisticated and worldly. The multiplication of pleasures, the innumerable books that are being published, the newspaper pages filled with sporting events, surely all this indicate that we constantly want to be amused because we are inwardly empty, dull, mediocre. We use our relationship and our social reforms as a means of escaping from ourselves. I wonder if you have noticed how lonely most people are. And to escape from loneliness, we run to temples, churches, or mosques. We dress up and attend social functions. We watch television, listen to the radio, read, and so on. Do you know what loneliness means? Some of you may be unfamiliar with the word, but you know the feeling very well. You try going out for a walk alone or being without a book, without someone to talk to, and you will see how quickly you get bored. You know that feeling well enough, but you don't know why you get bored. You have been inquired into it. If you inquire a little into boredom, you will find that the cause of it is loneliness. It is in order to escape from loneliness that we want to be together, we want to be entertained, to have distractions of every kind, gurus, religious ceremonies, prayers, or latest novels. Being inwardly lonely, we become mere spectators in life. And we can be the players only when we understand loneliness and go beyond it. After all, most people marry and seek other social relationships because they do not know how to live alone. Not that one must live alone, but if you marry because you want to be loved, or if you are bored and use your job as a means of forgetting yourself, then you will find that your whole life is nothing but an endless search for distractions. Very few go beyond this extraordinary fear of loneliness, but one must go beyond it because beyond it lies the real treasure. You know, there is a vast difference between loneliness and aloneness. Some of the younger students may still be unaware of loneliness, but the older people know it. The feeling of being utterly cut off, of suddenly being afraid without apparent cause. The mind knows this fear when for a moment it realizes that it can rely on nothing, that no distraction can take away the sense of self enclosing emptiness that is loneliness. But aloneness is something entirely different. It is a state of freedom which comes into being when you have gone through loneliness and understand it. In that state of aloneness, you don't rely on anyone psychologically because you are no longer seeking pleasure, comfort, gratification. It is only then that the mind is completely alone, and only such mind is creative. All this is part of education to face the age of loneliness, that extraordinary feeling of emptiness which all of us know and not to be frightened. And it when comes not to turn on the radio, lose oneself to book, or run to the cinema, but to look at it, go into it, understand it. There is no human being who has not felt or will not feel that curing anxiety. It is because we try to run away from it through every form of distraction and gratification, through sex, through God, through work, through drink, through writing poems or repeating certain words which we have learned by heart. That we never understand that anxiety when it comes upon us. So when the pain of loneliness comes upon you, confront it, look at it without any thought of running away. If you run away, you will never understand it, and it will always be there waiting for you around the corner. Whereas if you can understand loneliness and go beyond it, then you will find there is no need to escape, no urge to be gratified or entertained, for your mind will know a richness that is incorruptible and cannot be destroyed. All this is part of education. If at school you merely learn subjects in order to pass examination, then learning itself becomes a means of escape from loneliness. Think about it a little, you will see. Talk it over with your educators, and you will soon find how lonely they are and how lonely you are. But those who are inwardly alone, whose minds and hearts are free from the age of loneliness, they are real people, for they can discover for themselves what reality is. They can receive that which is timeless. So, here, the need to be alone. The same thing is, the same teaching is given by Ramana Maharshi also. He also says that Chummadiri, that means you need not do anything. You need not do anything. See, what is happening is we all do things, or else we feel boredom. So we go on, we want distraction actually. As Jiddu Krishnamurti says, see, we are the gratification of our five senses. That is one thing. And the other thing is we are conditioned mind. For everything we have a theory. To be religious, you will be having a theory. To be spiritual, you will be having a theory. So based on that, we move. So if we watch ourselves or any person, daily what is he doing? Either he will be going for work, or he will be doing a business to make his living or to make money. Is he satisfied in what he is doing? No. He has been conditioned by the society that you have to work or you have to do a business to make money or for a living. So from his childhood he have learned that, so he is doing that. That is based on conditionment. So another thing regarding education, you should learn something, certain subject. For what? You will get a job. Or you become a professional. You want to become an advocate, doctor, engineer. So he watches the society, he moves based on that, on conditioned mind. So in education the fault is there. In Jiddu Krishnamurti's school, up to 7th standard there is no syllabus. Only at that time, what the student he feels good for him, he goes to that area of field where he specializes. All other education system, the child is forced to learn something to get a job. That is conditionment. Then after that, getting a job, then what is father, what is mother, what the society has done, you need to go for a marriage. Then after marriage, what happens? You should have a child or children. So all this is conditioned mind. And he wants entertainment. For entertainment, he reads books or he listens talks. In whatever field, if he is interested in spirituality, he will listen that. If he is interested in novel or fiction, he will. So what is happening is we are conditioned mind. And we follow what the crowd does. We follow what the crowd does. And to be alone means it is the distraction away from the five senses. So we are talking about an area which is limitless and boundless. It is beyond time and space. Actually, we are the world. We are the screen in which the whole picture goes. So now everything we see in separation and conditioned mind. So whatever happening outside, we complain. Actually, the violence is not outside, the violence is inside. So what Jiddu Krishnamurti is trying to say is, by his words, he says that, but those who are inwardly alone, whose minds and hearts are free from the age of loneliness, they are real people. For they can discover for themselves what reality is, what the real truth is. But they can receive that which is timeless. So there the real truth comes actually. So now what is happening? Everyone has a pain of loneliness. He thinks he needs certain aids or certain instruments to make him happy. So what is happening? His mind is like a monkey jumping from one tree to another tree. Here tree means the five senses. Either you want to see a sunrise, sunset, or you want to see a lake, you want to see a seashore and watching rain, watching nature. See, all this thing people do mechanically. Why? Because Jiddu Krishnamurti have told, Ramanathan have told to do certain process. So if we follow anyone, we will not reach anywhere. So these masters, including Osho, Ramana Maharshi, and Jiddu Krishnamurti, they say never follow a master. You will become a second-hand master. Never follow a book. You read your own book. You be the author of your book. That is the most important thing. Then why we are reading Jiddu Krishnamurti? Because he is termed as the world teacher. So the treasure is inside. The treasure is not outside. That is by the words of Jiddu Krishnamurti. Thank you very much, and those who are not subscribed may kindly subscribe. And if at all it feels suitable for anyone, then please share with these people. Thank you very much.